Alright, finally time to replace the starter motor in the Armada. This is a 05. The starter motor is actually on top of the engine between the valley of the V. So you got to remove all of this to get to the starter. And this is the starter right here. And that's what the starter looks like. Second. That's the starter motor. And again, these things, it's a lot of work to replace them in this vehicle. So when you put in a new one in, this is not an area you want to cheap out in. Go with something top shelf, something that is known to be reliable, because you don't want to do this twice if you don't have to. Alright, so the first thing to come off is this. It's going to be these two bolts. 1, 2. Alright, almost finished taking it apart. That's the intake, that's the engine cover, the air duct, some hoses. That's on one of the fuel rails with the injectors on it, another fuel rail, and that's the top of the naked engine. See, of course, under the pieces of tape, those are your ports, your intake ports. That's 4 cylinders over there, 4 cylinders over there, V8. And if you're familiar with the Nissan Endurance V8 5.6 liter or the Cadillac Northstar, you should know what I'm about to do. On top of the engine, under the intake, that right there, that's what I'm after. That's a starting motor, and mine has needed to be replaced for about a year now. So now you can see why I've been putting it off, because it's a lot of work. And as I said in the beginning, this is not a part that you want to cheap out on. You spend some money on the doggone thing because you don't want to do this twice. All right, so again, that's the old one right there about to come out, and then that's the new one right here about to go in. All right, they are. That's the old starter motor, that's the new starter motor. All that work, intake, duct work, injectors, rails, just to get the starter. That's where it goes. You can see the ring gear right there, the flex plate. You gotta clean all of that up. I'm gonna vacuum it out. My goodness. All right, just for craps and giggles, call up a Nissan dealership and ask them how much it costs to replace the starter motor, just labor, on a Nissan Armada, any year Nissan Armada. All right, and I hope there she is, all back together. Well, except for the engine cover. And there's the old starter motor. Just gotta put the engine cover back on. But for the most part, I'm done. Engine cover back on. New starters in. All the hoses, wires, fuel injectors, emissions, evaporator lines, everything's hooked back up, ready to go. Needs to tighten up the negative terminal. There's the old starting motor. Put it back in the box, take it back to Pet Boys, and get my core.